How does winter and colder weather affect your Tesla Model 3? Let's find out. Hey there, I'm Joy. Welcome to Tesla Joy. If you're new here, I share my Tesla Model 3 owner experience to help new owners learn more about this car and also for future owners to make an informed decision on their purchases. If you find this video helpful and informative, please consider subscribing. Before I jump in today's video, I want to remind you that today is in the last days of the Tesla Referral program where you can get free supercharging for up to 6 months. This program ends February 1st, which means you'll need to place your order before February 1st. So you need to act now. And also, Tesla has increased supercharging rates across the board, where in the United States, most of it will be 31 cents per kilowatt hour, whereas here in California, it used to be 26 cents. So it'll be interesting to see how much my supercharging costs will go up this year compared to last year. But when you're ready to order, please use my referral code JOY88451 when you're ordering in person, or you can order online in my description below with the link, and place your order today so that you get that free 6 months supercharging that will save you some money. Today, I want to share my experience of my Tesla Model 3 in winter and colder weather condition driving in the last month or so. Winter doesn't really hit Southern California until December, really. And I've been reading and following people online in other parts of the country where everyone's saying, winter's coming, winter's coming.
Winter is coming. It's cold outside.
How this is going to affect your Tesla battery. And I was not sure how much it would affect my car, but it did. So I decided to share my experience with you. Disclaimer, I have shot several clips without my car mount because I didn't plan on doing this video, but I started to notice things as I was going about my daily routine and just going about my life. So the clips that you're going to see are in little segments, and I shot them on my cell phone. For those of you who are concerned about my safety, thank you, but this was completely unplanned. I couldn't set up the camera car mount in time for the clips that I am about to show you. So first up, right off the bat, as soon as the temperatures start to go down into the low 60s and high 50s, I know it's warm for some of you, but here in LA, it's considered cold for us, okay? But as soon as the weather started going down to the 60s and the 50s range, I noticed that my driving and my car usage has been consuming a lot more watt hour per mile versus when I was driving it in winter and fall in warmer weather condition. I picked up my car, as I mentioned before, in July, and I have been enjoying around 200-ish some watt hour per mile energy consumption, which has been pretty efficient or right on the average of the 241 watt hour per mile that Tesla has published. But ever since December hit and when the temperature started to go down, I've been going anywhere between 300 to 400, I would say 350 watt hour per mile. It's a pretty normal thing. And sometimes I feel like I'm actually driving a Model S because that was my experience when I had a Model S loaner in the fall when the temperature was warmer, and the Model S definitely consumed a lot more energy than my Model 3. So yes, I'm experiencing this. Initially, I was sort of obsessed with trying to reduce that, but then now I've accepted the fact that it's winter and it's cold, and this is just how the battery is going to act. So I've accepted the fact that in colder weather condition, you're going to consume a lot more watt hour per mile energy from your battery. This first series of clips happened throughout the day. I went to Pilates in the morning, and then I went to visit my mother who lives about 45 miles away. And I've noticed that my regen braking was limited in the morning, but coming back, it was not limited, even though the temperature was colder than when I was going up to visit my mom on the trip. I thought it was fascinating for me to share. And if anybody has any idea of why this is inconsistent, where in the morning or earlier during the day when I made that drive, the temperature was warmer, but my regen braking was limited for a long time. And then I parked my car for several hours at my mother's. And in the evening when I returned on my way back, and the temperature was colder than my initial trip there, and my regen braking was not limited at all. So if you have any ideas, let me know. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning at 58 degrees, and limited regen braking is already happening. So I'm thinking that the battery doesn't like it when it falls below 70 degrees because I'm not driving uphill or downhill. I didn't charge the battery to full, and I got into the car, and that's just how it is. Right now it's almost 11 o'clock. I just got out of my Pilates class. It's 60 degrees versus 58 degrees, and regen is still limited. This is very interesting. It's 12:25 p.m. and 65 degrees. I am on my way to my mother's, about 45 miles away, and regen is still limited. This is weird. Let's see when limited regen will finally go away on this drive. I've been driving for a few more minutes now, and I noticed that regen limitation would fluctuate. Sometimes the gray dots would disappear, but after a few seconds it would reappear. Right now it's 69 degrees, and regen braking limitation has finally been taken away, so now I have full on regen braking. So this is a very interesting observation. So I guess at 69 degrees, that is when, at least for my car, that's when the battery would be warm enough to not limit regen braking. I'm almost at my mom's house, and I notice how little battery consumption this car has made on this trip. For 46 miles in mostly free-flowing traffic, I was driving anywhere between 75 to 80 miles per hour, and the average consumption is 228 watt-hour per mile. This is really impressive. I just left my mom's house after parking there for about 4 hours, and it is 5:24 p.m. and it's actually 62 degrees, which is cooler than when I was driving this car this morning, but I don't have any limited regen. As you can see, this gray line is solid. There's no dotted gray line. So I am really intrigued by why my regen was limited this morning, but not now. So if anybody has any ideas, please tell me. That would be great. After this happened, several days later, on my way to work, I got my very first snowflake on my battery. And regen braking was not limited, but something else is. Keep watching. I got my first cold battery notification today. My husband told me it was 39 degrees when he left for work at 4:30 a.m. And right now it's lower 50s. And my battery is still not warmed up. Interestingly enough, regen is not limited, but acceleration is. I guess this is what happens when you have a cold battery. So instead of limiting regen braking, you won't be able to accelerate all the way. I got to work, and it took about 20 minutes for the battery cold notification symbol to disappear, but acceleration is still limited. A screen just came on that told me the cold weather will drain my battery faster, so it's asking me to plug in now. but I can't because I'm at work. But I am waiting for one of the public 2-hour free chargers a block down the street from here to open up so I can go charge my car. Has this happened to any one of you where your acceleration was limited due to the cold battery? Leave a comment down below. And finally, a couple of days later, on my way to work, I got a bug. All my audio in my car was gone. There was no turn signal. There's no navigation. Music was not connecting. I tried to call my husband and it would not come through the audio system no matter how loud I turned it on. Nothing was working. And I also tried to reset my screen by pressing down the 2-wheel buttons. It did not work. I found out that the only solution to get rid of that and get your audio system working again is to actually park the car, go away, let the car go into power off mode, or you sitting here and you do the power off for 2 minutes, wait for your car to turn on, and then the audio system will restore. But I couldn't do that while I was driving. So if you have any ideas on how this happened, or if you have encountered similar situation, leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. I really hope Tesla will fix this bug soon because this was not the first time it's happened to me. This morning, I lost audio in my car, and this is not the first time it's happened. It's happened before. I guess it's just too cold for the system to act right, and I hope Tesla will fix this bug. Initially, there's no connectivity whatsoever, and that LTE sign just came on in the last few minutes, and I've been driving for a good 10 minutes now. And audio still not on, and if I do any blinkers, nothing will come on. There's no blinker sound. I tried to call my husband on the phone. It would not come through the audio system. I actually have to put him on speakerphone on my phone in order to talk to him. I do have navigate on autopilot on, and up here in a little bit, it's going to start signaling and do the lane change. And when we get to that point, you will see that there's no sound. I'm actually going to turn up the volume here so you guys can hear. But this is a bug that Tesla needs to fix during cold weather condition. See, the blinker is now on. No blinker sound whatsoever. No navigation sound, even though it's on. Nothing. Tesla, please fix this bug. Here you have it, my little documentary on how winter and cold weather has been affecting my car and my battery and my driving experience. If you are seeing some of these behaviors and conditions, please leave a comment down below and let me know what your experience has been with colder weather driving and with winter, so we can all learn from each other. If you enjoy what I have to say and what I have to share, please don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, make comments down below. I love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts and any suggestions on video ideas. Until next time, God bless you.